Oh, more questions. Yes.
Can I suggest that, the issue of religion in any society, we're a world of many different peoples, and
Yes.
perhaps to diffuse conflicts, we need to learn about each other. So perhaps rather than banning religion, we need to have comparative religion. And then all of these religions will eventually fade into being cute kind of lessons of history rather than reality.
I agree with you, but of course I think we should expose children to that, but we shouldn't expose it when there are classes of comparative religion.
We don't have any.
Well, there are in the U.S., but they're presented as if they're all sacred. What we need to do is present comparative religion as a bunch of interesting historical anecdotes, and then and show the silly reasons why they did what they did. But absolutely, instead of shying away from it, we have to explicitly educate people to confront their own misconceptions.
I think that might be a century away. I think in the interim, at least if we learned about each other, we would be less likely to want to kill each other.
Well, you know, when you say it's a century away, when I talk about this, and it was again something I cut out from one of our articles because I was going late, people say, well, you know, religion's been around since the dawn of humanity, you'll never change that. But I point out, and Nancy and I were just talking, we talk about this a lot, this issue of gay marriage, it's going to go away. Because if you have a child, we have a 13-year-old, they can't understand what the issue is. It's it's gone. One generation is all it takes. So I can tell you that, you know, a generation ago people had said there's no way that people would allow gay marriage, okay? And slavery, essentially a generation got rid of it. And so all you have to do, change is always one generation away. And we have the children, and exactly. So if we can plant the seeds of doubt in our children, religion will go away in a generation, or at least largely go away. And that's what I think we have an obligation to do. Yes, you gave me the $2, so I'm going to ask a question. It's another $2 though.
I only got one. I already checked.
Yeah, I know. It's all right.
I think the fear for me is that medical science is getting that progressive that, you know, one generation doesn't last 90 years, or it might not last 90 years. And
it takes a lot for people to die, yeah.
So the premise of, you know, the generation gaps is...
yeah, that's true. In fact,
I mean? Like, if old people are living to 200, then are their ideals being carried along with them?
Well, you know, that's true. There's a statement that old theories never, in science, that old theories never die, old theorists do. And if it's true, you just have to wait for them to die. But you're absolutely right. But the question is, who has the positions of power in a society? And ultimately, it's going to be the next generation. That happens. Yeah. And so, the best we can do is try and make the next generation better than this one. And that's what I think we all try. That's what the purpose of education is.
Can I add? The oldest woman on the planet, the oldest person on the planet is currently 116 years old. She was born in 1898. When she was born, there was an entire whole other set of people on the planet. Everybody on the planet has changed in that time.
Yeah.
We all have changed that generation.
Death is a wonderful thing.
I made a suggestion that if part of the core curriculum for every student was logic, critical thinking and comparative religion, they'd all wake up that all of these contradictory and mutually exclusive belief systems can't all be right, but the logical conclusion is that they're all wrong.
You know, you're right, but I mean, I think that's right, but I'm against sort of teaching logic in that sense as an abstract thing, because kids always wonder why the hell they're learning whatever the hell they're learning. So to me, in order to teach it in a way that kids will internalize, you have to convince them that it's related to something that they're interested in. So you can take, and it doesn't have to be science. All fields of scholarly endeavor, in principle, deal with the same kind of critical thinking, examination, all because I happen to firmly, I was going to say believe, but I don't use the word believe. I know. No, I don't know. But I highly suspect, that the basis of everything that I know about the universe, that the only kind of knowledge is empirical knowledge. That you can take any discipline and use it as a way to teach critical thinking. So you don't teach logic in the abstract, because I think kids will it'll go in one ear or the other. But you demonstrate to kids their own misconceptions by asking, you know, this is really true, so I'm happy to crunch up a picture myself, okay? Is that someone? Oh, it's not you. Okay, I better not do that. This is your notes. I can crunch them up. Okay. Okay. So,
That's okay, you can use it.
no, this won't break. I hope. It's a rock. Okay, so I did this for the leaders of the free world once when I was lecturing in Aspen. So I said, you got a piece of paper and a cup. Okay, I'm going to drop them. Which is going to hit the ground first? Well, you'll be pleased to know that the leaders of the free world all agreed the cup would hit first, and it did. And it did break. I used a book in that case. But what I then did is what I do for first-year physics students. I took the piece of paper, I did this, and they fall the same way. Okay, and so all of them had gone in school and learned that Galileo told us that all objects fall the same rate in the absence of air, but it had gone in one ear and out the other because it didn't mean anything. But when I did that demonstration to them, it confronted their own misconceptions, caused them to think about why they thought what they thought, and I guarantee you that all of them remember it. Okay, so that's how. If you want to teach kids, you can't just tell them things. You have to do it in a way that brings them in ways they're interested. And it doesn't. And as far as I'm concerned, it doesn't matter what field. I don't care what you teach them, whether it's physics or in some sense history or any area. You're teaching those very tools. But you don't shy away from religion any more than you shy away from the claim that the earth was the center of the universe. We laugh at that now, and we explain to kids why that's, we get kids to realize why that might be wrong, or that the earth is flat, because we could go around it. And so we should take other falsifiable facts which are at the center of our society, which is religious doctrine, and make just as much fun of that as we do of everything else to get kids thinking. Anyway, that's it.
With religious education, it tells you what to think, not how to think.
Yeah,
You know, and
exactly. How to think is
absolutely a no-no.
Exactly. We should get kids. And by the way, what all teachers are also hesitant to do, as parents are, is to convince kids to not believe what they say, to doubt what they say, because that's what good teachers should do, and that's what good parents should do too. But it's very hard to do. I'll go on this.